okay, you are incredibly out of pocket. I told you to come inside of Discord. You had 2 minutes,
I did.
and your response was to spam "Free Palestine, Free Palestine, Free Palestine."
And I got here, did I not? I got here in the
Eventually,
allotted time.
obviously, I banned you. Hello.
Oh my God, what was that, man?
I had a conversation with someone, and now I'm having a conversation with another person. What's up?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, that went places. I don't know. Anyway, I want to set some groundworks, right? Like, you have self-admitted that you haven't really looked into it as much as you could be. You're not as informed as you could be.
Correct.
I'm coming from, I'm not as informed as I could be. I'm not as informed as maybe you might be, or you might be, you know. But there is motive here, right? You want to appeal to your audience, and I also kind of want to appeal to your audience in some way, right?
Sure.
We're both trying to talk to each other, but come to agreement. But there's also that stipulation, that um, hidden meaning, that hidden influence that we both have, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to come at it from the angle of, first, what's something that we both agree on, right? Like, some basic things we can both agree. This situation is horrible, right? Like, we can both
Yep.
agree that this situation is terrible.
Yep.
Some other things that both sides have done terrible things to one another, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to start on the basis of this. Back when this conflict first started, because this has been going on for decades. This is a long historical
Hold on.
conflict, right?
Can I just put a pause on this? Do you disagree with anything that I've said?
Yeah, I do disagree with a lot of things that you said, but I'm starting from the basis on
Okay.
stuff that we agree
I
on.
want to make sure that you're not just gonna be like, just trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna educate this guy, but I don't really disagree with anything you said. Go ahead.
No, I do disagree with a lot of things that you have said.
Okay. Cool.
So, back when this first started, right, it was actually Palestine attacking Israel, right? And that kind of set the groundworks for Palestine to have a negative view on Palestinians, obviously because they were attacked, and the displacement of Palestinians when Israel was founded after World War II, right? And so that obviously creates a lot of conflict. Um, and we fast forward to now, but the problem is that Israel and Palestine are coming at this from two very separate versions of power, right? Israel has so much more power than Palestine. That surrounds the Gaza Strip. They have influence. They have backing from the US. They have our military, right? So they have all of the power in this conflict, right? So when you're looking at it, at this
Not all
conflict,
of the
right, you can't.
power, but they have significant power.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have significant power, and they also have the UN backing because they have the US backing it. The UN might be opposed to Israel's actions, but the US has vetoed a lot of the forward-thinking movements that the UN might want to pass, because the US is as powerful as it is, right? It's a very powerful country. So
I think that's a
starting
little
off
bit
there.
too general to say that the UN is on Israel's side because of the U.S. I think that's a too general statement to make.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that the UN might not be on the side of Israel, but because the US is on the side of Israel, like, they fund Israel, they also back Israel, they to support
Sure.
Israel's right to defend itself, right? Israel and the UN kind of goes as the US goes, right? Because the US is so powerful. When it left the UN, it had no power against, like, Germany and stuff in the past, and the UN's only as powerful as the makeup of the countries that's in it, and the US is a very powerful country. So the fact that the UN can't really do anything in this instance because the US is in favor of Israel and this conflict, right?
Wait, hold on. Can we establish something? The UN is not NATO, right?
No, I'm not saying it's NATO. I'm saying
All
that,
right.
like,
So the
the UN is
existence
only
of
as powerful as the governments in it, right? Because they can't
kind
enact
of because the
big
UN.
power.
Well, either way, the UN usually doesn't do things under the threat of like military violence. That's why I compared it to
Right.
NATO.
But there's different powers. There's hard power, which is military, but there's also soft powers and like sanctions and
Yep.
diplomacy. There's soft power like that, and they can't do anything soft power wise because the U.S. is so powerful, and the U.S. doesn't want to do anything soft power wise, right? And the like, and the U.S. is what's funding a lot of what Israel is doing, right? Sending a lot of money, sending a lot of resources, sending a lot of weapons, getting backing from our highest
Okay.
diplomacy, right?
So
So they have U.S. on their side. So they have more power. That's basically what I said. They
okay.
have more power. That's the first
Okay.
point.
Now that you made this point, I'm going to need you to articulate in the best way possible. At least give me two of the disagreements that you have that you want to be able to address, or you can just do one. And I just need to
Okay.
hear it because right now, all of what you might be describing, I might not give a fuck about, depending on the disagreement we have.
Okay. So first, I think that Hamas is an overblown threat in the media and is used as a front so that Israel can continue to displace and kill Palestinians. I
Okay,
think that it
so
is a
okay,
front, and
sorry, go ahead.
that's
I
the
thought you
first
were
thing.
done. Okay, wait.
Oh,
Okay, so if you're done with that first one, let me expand on
yeah.
it. So you believe, or sorry, do you believe that Israel is attempting to influence, I guess, just the world media to be able to overblow the threat of Hamas in order to justify? I guess the question is there what?
Okay, so Israel has expressed that they want the land that the Gaza Strip is on. Right? That's no secret.
Sure.
It is sacred land to them, and they want that land. But the problem is they want it to be a land of Israelites. It's in,
Hold on.
that is their
That's
main
not
thing, and
even
that's what.
historically true.
No, I'm saying that that's what they, like, the top government officials of Israel have called Palestinians monsters, children of darkness, that the children of light will overcome. Like that's
But
what they have stated.
also, there's been multiple attempts on behalf of Israel to be able to propose a two-state solution that a lot of Palestinian leaders have shot down.
Well, did you know what that two-state solution like included? Like it's basically like the solutions that Nazis had for the two-state solution that like Germany would have, where they marked who Palestinians were. They decided which roads Palestinians would go on. They would go to and fro. They dictated every part of Palestinians' lives. They shut off water for weeks. They shut off food access for weeks. Like this is the two-state solution
Can
that
you
they
give
were
me, hold
approving.
on, can you give me one instance of the
Yes, I
two-state
can give you
solution?
some.
Excuse
I
me.
can.
Excuse me. Can you give me
Yeah.
one instance of the two-state solution being proposed where they said, hey, we're just going to shut off power and food and water for weeks for no reason? Can you give me
Well, they don't have
that
to
specific?
say it if they do it, right? They don't have
No,
to
no, no,
say the
because they
thing that they're
never
about
did
to
it because the
do.
two-state solution was never put in place.
No, but this is the two-state solution they had before. They already were at, like, they were giving a two-state solution to something that, but they were doing things like making Palestinians second-rate citizens. Like you can't come to a
Prior to
two-state
a
solution with
two-state
somebody.
solution being agreed to, yeah.
You can't have a two-state. You can't have an agreement with somebody who you think they're lesser than you.
No, no,
You
no.
can't have a two-state
Hold on,
solution
hold
with
on,
a
hold on, hold on.
second-state citizen.
Wait, first of all, you absolutely can. You 100% could if you wanted to.
You have to
That's
bring
not
them.
a
No, you have to
mutually
bring them up to.
exclusive thing. That's not a dichotomy.
Yeah, you have to bring them up to your level. You
No,
can
you
only
don't.
have
You straight up
mutually
don't.
does.
Even if I agree with your idea that they view them as like lesser, you don't have to. You can just be like, this is your land, this is mine. Literally, didn't this happen with Native Americans and reservations in America? They
You know
100%
what
saw
happened
Native
to Native
American.
Americans?
Hold on, excuse you. Native Americans in America were 100% seen as lesser beings, but they had reservations where they were exempt to many different laws inside of America. Part of the reason why Native Americans have
Can you tell me what those lands are on,
incredibly
though? Can
hold
you tell
on,
me
hold on,
the
hold
value of
on.
those lands?
Hold on. Incredibly successful businesses like casinos, which are exempt from many of the different laws that are inside of the regions with which they exist.
So okay, so you just mentioned Native American like lands, right?
Yep.
You know that Native Americans are some of the most impoverished groups of people in the planet. You know that they were wiped out like almost to nothing, given poor people's land basically, and are still being like you mentioned like the top 1% of like Native American families. Most
Nope,
Native
I did
American
not.
families
What I
live in
did
like
was
I'm
I
saying that
explained to you how a second-class citizen was given land that they were allowed to have
that
extrajudicial
land was
authority over. That's what I
that
explained
land
to you.
first of all, that land has not expanded with the population
I never
expansion.
said. Hold
Secondly,
on. You are
that land
because
is
hold on because
bad. That land is
I'm
not
getting
good.
upset. I'm actually getting very upset now. You asked me. You made a statement. You cannot give land to people who you view as second-class citizens. I gave you a material example of that happening historically inside of what I imagine is both of our countries, because I think you're in America based on your accent. Maybe I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
There's an example of that happening in our country where we being America, saw Native Americans. I'm actually Native American, by the way. Just throwing that out there, quick flex. We saw Native Americans as second-class citizens, probably third-class citizens at the time, and we gave them reservations where they had extrajudicial authority on those reservations. We gave them extrajudicial authority. So there is a material example of people who saw another group as lesser and gave them land. And that much of that land is still owned by Native Americans today.
Well, there's a couple different like factors to that. Like first of all, they didn't see them as quite secondary citizens. They like wanted to they thought they were still capable of saving them and they wanted to like gentrify them or whitewash them. Like there's historic evidence that things like they tried to like teach them how to be a white man, and part of that would be like owning slaves. So a lot of Native Americans, well, not a lot, but some Native American families owned slaves because they wanted to whitewash the Native American
Wait,
population.
do
Well,
you realize
anything that
that
was
that
left.
happened to black people too, right? There were certain black people that were like seen as there were certain black people that were like groomed to be like slave owners and people who would take slaves and sell them off to other prospective buyers. That doesn't mean
Well,
that they're not like a second-class citizen.
well, I guess that's like the one of the good ones, like narrative that people have about
It's not even
minorities. But
narrative. It was something that
by the way,
actually happened.
that's a bad thing, right? That's a bad thing.
Yes, I
Like,
agree. It's
but
about nobody's disagreeing with the idea that Native Americans were treated extremely poorly
okay,
and,
so what you're
and
saying, you're
genocided
advocating
actively in
for.
the past.
Okay,
Sorry,
so
had a
you're
active.
actively supporting a two-state solution that people say, but we're agreeing that the Native American two-state solution that they were given is a bad thing. They were put onto land that they wasn't sustainable. They were put in and like cauterized basically by the neck of this stuff. Like
No, what I'm
their two-state
contesting is
solution
the
is not
idea that
good.
you can't give another person land even if you consider them second-class citizens.
Okay, so all right, you know what? I'm gonna say you win on that point, but I'm saying that that's not a good solution.
You're
Like,
right.
right?
I
That
don't.
two-state
I
solution
think
is
a
not a good
better
solution.
solution is a two-state solution where they view them as, roughly speaking, equal individuals. I'd say
Right.
roughly
So
speaking,
with that
primarily
basis,
because of pragmatics in mind. Obviously, ideally, it would be equal parties.
right. So with that solution, why do you think Palestinians would reject a two-state solution where they are seen as lesser people? Why would they settle for that?
Probably.
They are
Why would
if
they
they
settle
did
for
not.
that? Wait, hold on. Which question are you asking? Why would they settle for
I'm
that?
saying,
Go ahead.
well, obviously we know why would they would settle for that, to stop them from being murdered, right?
Yes.
Like for to.
And so they should take it. Correct. And they should
No,
take it.
they shouldn't take it, right? We
Yes, they should.
die on
In
the
order
line.
to not be murdered. Yes, they should.
No, people die on the line for what they believe in to be right all the time.
I
Do you
don't know.
think
Wait,
if
that
like we
doesn't.
came up
That's a
with a
non
two-state
sequitur.
if we came up with a two-state solution and we were like, you know what, we're gonna stop people from being slaves, like back when slavery existed, we're gonna stop you from being slaves if you just like listen to us and give up your humanity and accept this two-state solution that's really bad for you. And all the
Wait,
people
just to
there
be
got mad
clear.
and revolted.
Wait, hold on. You're describing history. You know that, right? You know in
I'm,
history.
bro,
Wait,
I'm
in history, when the slaves were freed, they were not equal at all. Black people were not equal, and some would
And
even
guess what
argue,
happened?
excuse
And
you,
guess what
some people
happened?
would argue,
Guess what? They fought against it. They
black
were
people
not
are not
happy.
equal to this
But
day.
they weren't happy, and they fought against it. Right? They
Yes,
fought
and
against
that's
it.
what the Palestinians should do. They should take a two-state solution and then actively fight for the prosperity of their country,
But
and then be able to fight for the rights that they ought to actually have as equal parties, as human beings.
Oh, even Martin Luther King said you can't fight for your equality under a genocidal reign or occupation. He said that they couldn't fight while they were being enslaved, and Palestinians cannot take a two-state solution and then fight for it if they are actively being hunted down.
I literally, first of all, you would have to articulate to me that there's an active attempt of genocide on the Palestinians.
Okay, first of all,
we can agree to disagree, at least for now, okay? Because I have not seen evidence sufficient enough to be able to warrant this calling it a genocide.
I can give you that evidence, but I can give you that evidence.
So I know you can't do it tonight because that would take. Well, you simply cannot, because I would have to.
Okay, but
hold on.
So
Are you going to allow me to speak or not? Are you going to allow me to speak or not? Okay. The reason why you cannot do that is because I would need to go through that evidence. I'm not going to blindly trust anything you fucking send me. I'm going to need to go through that evidence, and that would take a catastrophically large amount of time, probably at least 3 months, probably, to be able to go through, to be able to say, yes, definitively, with my stamp of approval, there is an active genocide that is happening at the hands of Israel. It's going to take a significant amount of research. All of those fucking streams that I imagine you're aware of, that Destiny or whatever is doing, I'd probably need to do that for a significant period of time. Okay, so that's not happening tonight, right? Beyond it, right, beyond that, when we're talking about Israel and its participation in the possible genocide that it might be committing, right? I don't really give a fuck if Martin Luther King did say that. Not my problem. Okay, skill issue. He's wrong. I'll make that fucking claim. We're talking about incremental change to be able to have a group of people be able to liberate themselves. That's the only way that I see to be able to do it. The comparison that you made with America actually speaks specifically to my point. It's been a incremental change over a dramatic period of time to be able to integrate black people as being seen as anything close to equal when it comes to white people, and many people who contest we're not even at that point today.
So do you know that Israel has clear and repeated rejection of the two-state solution, and that it is unacceptable? This refusal and denial of the right to statehood
Israel. Sorry, what?
Yeah, adding to that, this refusal and the denial of the right to statehood to the Palestinian people would indefinitely prolong a conflict that has become a major threat to global peace.
Are you reading off of something?
It. Yes, I am. I literally just looked it up.
What are you reading off of?
The United Nations report.
Can you link it to me?
Yeah, I can link it to you, sure. Oh, I don't know how I'd link it. I'm banned in your chat, but where am I supposed to link it? Do you want me to put it in, like, general?
Hold on. You're banned in my chat?
Well, did you time me out or ban me?
Who are you?
I'm Ryan Scott.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
you said to come in here.
Oh, I would have approached this conversation distinctly differently if I knew who you were. Okay, you can message me on Discord.
Oh, okay. I mean, hey, man, there's also a lot of things that you did while I was a chatter that, you know, like ignoring some chats, but also pointing out some so you could pick apart. Like, there is stuff like that, too.
Okay, name me a single instance of me doing that.
Okay, like, let's go back to... Oh, did all of them disappear? Well, one of my points that I was posting in chat was that Hamas was sent money by Israel through, like, they were sent money from Israel. Like, Israel gave Hamas money and funded Hamas, like, while the war was going on, like, while the conflict was going on. You know that, right?
I would have to look at why they funded it and if they even did that.
Well, I also, okay, so
Do you really think I avoided that question when I could have responded in about 5 seconds the way you did? I just did right in front of you. Do you actually think I avoided reading that question? Because I could fucking dodge the fuck out of that if I wanted to in all of about 2.5 seconds.
Well, yeah, you did. You did dodge it. Yeah, that's the point. Like you did.
Do you think I dodged it, or do you think that was an actual argument that any person who had 2 brain cells would actually give? What is the more intelligent response to that question? You know what? Actually, you're right, because you random chatter just told me that Hamas was funded by Israel. I agree. There's an active genocide that Israel is participating in Gaza. Dude, are you fucking retarded? The obvious and only argument should be, I need to see the context. When was this? Is this even true? That is the obvious only response any person would actually have.
Yeah, but the problem is that you just took like what I was saying, which was that Hamas is overblown, and then you took that and then you put it on the bulletin board to like point and laugh at it. So if you're gonna take one point of an argument, okay, but if you were going to take one point of an argument, point at it and laugh, then at least take the rest of the argument and take it seriously. You can't just like straw man what you want and then point at it and laugh.
Let's even
and then
grant that
complain when I say that you ignored the rest of the argument. Because you did. You ignored the rest of the argument.
The problem is, you made a claim that I deliberately ignored messages in order to paint you in the worst light possible.
You did. No, you strawmanned my messages and then put it on the board to laugh at it.
There? Can you prove the intent there? Or maybe I'm just trying to run a stream and I have 3 chats in front of me at once. Some niggas trolling my goddamn live, throwing shit inside of there that I can almost guarantee is just fucking agitprop. Maybe they fucking watching too many lefty streams. Honestly, I thought you were a fucking troll. And the moment you didn't show up inside of my goddamn Discord immediately, I thought your ass was fucking leaving. So I have no idea why you think I'm deliberately, intentionally ignoring.
Some weird dude that said he could speak for me instead of actually coming on and talking to me.
Literally, hold on. Okay, you are incredibly out of pocket. I told you to come inside of Discord. You had 2 minutes, and your response was to spam "Free Palestine, Free Palestine, Free Palestine."
And I got here. Did I not? I got here in a lot of time.
Obviously, I fucking banned you because when I told you stop talking about this issue or get into Discord, you just spammed "Free Palestine" inside of my chat. Nigga, you're a troll, bro. You're trolling my live. You think I need to sit there for the next 5 minutes and wait for you to show up inside of the fucking Discord? Nigga, you ain't that important. Why the fuck you acting like? No, bro, I checked. Listen, bro, I got the audit log. I got the audit log.
On a YouTube, you have 100 views on a YouTube live stream watching somebody react to a fucking video instead of reacting to the video yourself.
Goddamn right,
to feed off of somebody else's to like feed off of somebody else's like.
You goddamn right, baby, because I know how the algo works. You feel me?
And then you fucking like yell at me like I don't have a life. You don't have a life either. It's fucking 4 a.m. for you.
You're goddamn right. Because everything at night hits different, bro. Everything at night hits different.
And
how is it? Wait, hold on. I want to be clear.
Too, bro.
You're shitting on me for streaming at 4 a.m., which is my job. And you are sitting inside of a chat at 4 a.m. for free. So I want to make sure that we understand we're both losers here. You're a loser, I'm a loser. We're both losers here.
You need to get a real job. If your job is streaming to 100 people, find a new fucking job.
Nigga, what job do you have? You're in here at 4 a.m. on a fucking Tuesday. What kind of job do you have?
Sustainable for you? Do you have anybody you care about that wants you to get more money? Like seriously, bro. Like that is not a bread-getting job.
Honestly, I like you more right now. I'm not gonna lie. Right now, I like this more. I'm not gonna lie. I like this energy. Let's keep it up. Okay, so back to the topic. Back to the topic. All right, let's drill it back. I think that you need to beyond the intent thing, because we'll just ignore that because I don't believe that you could even prove that I intentionally ignored messages or whatever. I'm just assuming you threw that out there to throw that out there. Beyond that, I want you to be able to articulate why Hamas is overblown.
So, first of all, Hamas has so much less power than what the Israel government can do to Palestine, right? If you just think about it logically, right? Hamas is like a small percentage of the Palestine population and is like thrown together a militant group where they pick up guns where they can find it and go. Like that's all. They don't have funding from anywhere. There's not like really anything they can do.
Is it not from Iran? Through Hezbollah?
Well, I guess Iran, but Iran is like
Iran
not as
is
big
like
as
what?
the U.S. Not
Iran
as
has
big as
got
the
some
U.S.
moolah. It's got some. Are you? Huh?
And
Huh?
and Israel has the Iron Dome, and also U.S.
Wait, hold on. You,
backs like military.
nigga, you
You know
can't
that
just
the
get
U.S.
away with
has
that
the
deflection.
biggest.
You just said they didn't have backing or funding. Nigga, they got Iran, and didn't Russia announce that they're backing Gaza? Didn't Russia do that too? Hold on, I might be wrong.
I think
Wasn't that
Russia
a
is
recent
fighting.
thing? Sorry, man, I got them
Well,
chips
also
on me.
Israel's backing. Well, Israel's also backing Hamas, so it's like whatever. But just like logically, like Hamas has less people than Israel. Israel has the Iron Dome. They're not going to be like ever worrying about missiles coming. They're just sending bombs down. They have been bombed. Gaza's been bombed like 20 times more, maybe. Like that's just like on top of my head, but way more than fucking
What I
Israel's been
just said
doing. That's
about
for damn
Russia
sure.
might not be correct. I'd have to look into it. My bad. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. I just said that fucking Gaza was being bombed 20 times more than Israel. I have no idea that that's true, but that's the vibes basically. Yeah, well, Palestine's being fucking bombed way more than Israel, right?
Okay, so
Like
you're
that's just
yapping right now, and it means absolutely nothing to.
you yapped about fucking Russia. What the fuck? If you, I yap, you
When?
yap.
Are you just talking about that one statement?
I mean, is Iran true now?
Iran is true.
Right. I mean, I know for a fact that the U.S. one of the if the largest military force on the planet is backing Israel. Israel has the Iron Dome. Israel has more people. Israel is
Okay,
right
the
now
reason you are yapping
increasing.
isn't because Israel and Hamas have a similar level of power. The reason you're yapping is because Hamas poses an actual threat that is capable of doing severe damage, as
No,
shown by October 7th.
Hamas does not contribute to the amount of deaths that Israel does. Israel has committed so many more deaths
Stop.
than fucking Hamas.
You are running into a severe cognitive issue right now, brother. Okay? And it's that you think that just because Israel is capable of more damage and has done more damage to the civilian population and infrastructure, nobody
Way
can
more,
deny that.
way more. Don't like undersell it. It's way more, way more.
All right, bro. You got way out of me.
It is. I mean,
Way more.
it's way more.
Congratulations, you won that. Way more. Okay? So they got
Thank
way
you.
more. Yep, gotcha. Oh, do I need way more? Okay, we both understand. Let's not be nitpicky about it. Okay, these things are happening, right? And because that's happening, that doesn't mean that Hamas gets a free fucking pass for killing 1,000 people on October 7th and killing people subsequently afterwards. And especially when you account for the motives for each participating entity inside of this conflict. The fact of the matter is, if Hamas stopped all operations and, well, Hamas and other Palestinian Islamic Jihad groups, if all of these entities, primarily Hamas, stopped hostilities towards Israel, the conflict would end. Just to be clear, it would be over.
Okay, so the same thing goes for fucking Israel, right?
No, if Israel stops, no, because you know what's great? What's great is we have recent history. We have recent history of that happening. When Israel stopped shitting on Gaza, they still fucking bomb Israel. They still attack Israel. That still happens. Hamas's stated objective is to eradicate the state of Israel, and from the river to the sea, it is Palestine. That is Hamas's stated objective.
Do you know Israel?
Israel doesn't have a united stated objective outside of the destruction of Hamas. So before you say something dumb, because that is the only unanimous or ubiquitous stated objective of Israel, is the eradication of Hamas. It is not the eradication of Palestine.
First of all, you said a bunch of things there that are all tangentially related. First of all, Hamas being a fucking you're like talking as if Hamas is like an on equal footing. Hamas is a retaliation effort against Israel. That's the first thing. right? Because Israel is a oppressive force. They have so much more power. They are coming in and killing way more people, right? So a lot of people in Hamas have been radicalized by the loss, by the trauma, and they are fighting back, right? They are fighting back. At least some percentage of Hamas is fighting back, while some may not have that. Like, I would bet money that a majority of those people in Hamas are fighting back against seeing their brother die, seeing their like that, because war like radicalizes people. We saw this with ISIS, like when we
Bro,
wanted
you're
to crack
yapping right
down
now. You're
on.
literally just saying that people inside of Palestine have been radicalized against Israel because of Israeli aggression. You see what I just did?
Yeah,
I just summed up your whole argument that you just made in 2 minutes and all of about 10 seconds.
well, I was about to
Next.
give like an example. Okay, fucking Jesus Christ, man. What do you got? Like somewhere to be? You don't got somewhere to be. Fucking like
Nigga,
let
I
me
gotta
just
finish
yap a
the
little bit.
video.
What the fuck?
Literally, I got somewhere to be.
All right, fucking Jesus Christ for 100 people, shit. All right, I'll go faster. Fuck. Um, so first of all, yes, it is a retaliation effort. Second of all, Israel is because Israel is killing more people, and so many less people have died in Israel relatively, and they also have the Iron Dome. They're relatively way safer and have all the power. Like when they pull back, they are pulling back into their land, into the Iron Dome, into relative safely to what Palestine is going. Like you see all the videos of Palestine. Like there's nowhere safe in Palestine for civilians to
Okay,
go.
so
Right, that have
hold
been
on.
seen
If Israel is so safe, how did 1,000 people die on October 7th?
from like what one attack that they could have stopped. Like literally they could have stopped. Like that is like in the
Wait,
thing where
hold on.
multiple things,
Was
like
October
multiple
7th
failures had
one
to
attack?
happen.
Was October 7th one attack?
No,
Or
I'm saying there
multiple
was
attacks on
multiple.
separate?
I'm saying there
Right?
was multiple failures of the Israeli government that led to that happening, right? Like
Well, it
Israel's
doesn't
government
matter because they have the
failed to do
Iron
their
Dome,
part
right?
multiple times. Bro,
According to you, it doesn't
do you
matter. They
think
have
the
the
Iron?
Iron
Do you think
Dome
the
and
Iron?
Israel is so
Do you
safe.
think the Iron Dome is like ran by nobody? Is it like automatic to you? No, but fucking they failed as well. But like that's
Wait, hold on.
they failed to
I'm
stop that
actually
attack when
curious.
they easily could
Wait.
have.
I'm curious. How do you think 1,000 people died on October 7th? Can you articulate to me where you?
From a terrorist attack that was
Wait.
brought upon
What
by
was the terrorist?
the
How
oppressive
did they
force.
die?
Fucking explosions probably
What
because
kind of
they're
explosions? From
clearly
what?
from a missile. There you go.
1,000 people died from a rocket on October 7th?
Bro, can you like
That
quit
is
yapping and just
crazy,
say?
bro. You wait, hold on. So you just came into this chat room.
Dude, this
No,
is
this
another
is
straw man, by the
level
way.
one, bro.
Chad,
I'm
this is another
upset
straw
because
man.
this is level one. You have
You are
no
picking
idea
at a point,
how the
and you are
people
picking at a
on
point.
October
You are
7th
picking at a
died,
point
and you're trying
and
to have this
conflating it.
conversation with me?
You are picking at a point and conflating it
It's
for
those
the
goddamn
entire argument.
J-dams, bro. They got their
Bro,
hands on
you
one
are
of them
fucking a
J-dams,
straw
bro.
man. You are built like a straw and you're also a straw man. Like that is
I'm
crazy. How
built
does that
like a
happen,
straw,
bro?
nigga.
You
Cam
are a
up, cam up.
fucking
Wait, hold
you
up.
are a whole
Let's
straw man.
address that
You are a
shit.
whole
Cam
straw
up,
man.
bro.
You are a
Hey, yo,
whole
cam up,
scarecrow.
bro.
You're a
Hey,
fucking
look.
scarecrow. You're a whole fucking
Let's run
scarecrow.
this
What the
shit,
fuck
bro.
happened, bro?
Hey, just run it.
That's
Wait,
so
cam up, bro.
fucking
Come
crazy,
on.
bro.
Hey, yo,
Then
come
you had
on,
to
bro.
come out with fucking shirtless, bro. What the fuck?
You goddamn
Bro,
right,
what
bro.
the,
Listen, I
I
ain't got
want to
no
get
pants on, too.
fucking
You want to see my dick, bro? Come on.
hey, bro, you're gonna ice show meet me? What the fuck? What is wrong with you?
You goddamn right, I will.
And you're eating shit? Like, bro, can you like
Yes, I am,
chew
bro.
and
This is my
swallow?
job. Of course I would be eating shit. I was about to go get some water,
Your
too.
job.
Look, you're
Don't say
completely
it's a job. It's a
unqualified to
hobby.
be able to have
It's a
this
hobby that you
conversation.
take too
The
seriously.
idea
It's
that
a
you would
fucking
even,
hobby that you take too
listen, I
seriously.
got to praise the
It's a
confidence.
hobby
You
you
came
take
into a
too
room to
seriously.
try and lecture me about the Israel-Palestine conflict, and you literally
And you
don't even
didn't
know
like,
what
first of all,
happened on October 7th. That is crazy,
if
bro.
we,
That is
bro,
crazy, bro.
Do you don't even know what's happening in the fucking conflict? So what the fuck is going on?
It sounds like you don't. You
It sounds
don't,
like
bro.
didn't you say that you knew nothing and I also knew nothing at the
Actually, I'm
very start of
curious.
this?
Pop quiz. Can you tell me what happened at the Al-Aqsa Mosque?
In what?
The Al-Aqsa Mosque.
Well, isn't it your job to tell people that
All
on like
right, I got
stream,
you.
like
Can you
hundreds
tell
of
me what
hours?
happened at the Al-Shifa Hospital?
Didn't you show that on stream and then
Yeah,
like fucking yell at the
I'm
screen
giving
for
you
like
a
2 seconds and then
softball.
highlighted
I'm giving
shit?
you a softball. Do you remember what
Yeah.
happened at the Al Shifa hospital?
It wasn't flattened, and some people fucking went in to kill Hamas agents that they like the U.S. like embassy like said that they were in there, like making it into a military
Wait,
base.
did the U.S. embassy say that they were in
Not the
there?
embassy. What the fuck? I'm tired. It's 4 a.m. Anyway, are you going to listen to the overall point, or are you going to
No, I'm
continue your
actually
showman?
not, because you have no idea
So
what's happened at all
you
during
have
this
no idea what's
conflict in the
happening.
last several. You just said you don't
You have
understand
no idea what's
what
going
happened
on.
at. Okay, so
You have no
I'm
idea what's
actually
going
going
on.
to educate you
don't
on some
even,
of the things.
You
Do you
don't
remember
even
that like
understand.
concert shooting that happened? You realize that was on October 7th, right?
Oh, the concert shooting. Fuck.
You realize that was on October 7th, correct?
I
It
didn't know
wasn't
what you
one
were
big
meaning.
rocket that just nuked 1,000 people and got the fucking kill streak, bro. It wasn't a fucking AC-130 that came through. That didn't fucking happen. I don't know where you're thinking they got the fucking JDAM that cruised through into a busy, like, fucking transport area or whatever the fuck that you think, okay? I'm actually completely unwilling to have this conversation with you anymore because it seems like you came in here to lecture me about this conflict. You literally don't know anything that has happened in the last 5 to 6 months. It's laughable. I praise the confidence, though. Much love, though, brother. Much love. It was fun going back and forth with you or whatever.
You just strawmanned into an argument you have no idea about, and then you tried to fucking like make that
Nigga,
entire
ain't
point and be
nothing
like, "Oh,
saving you. I'm
right.
keeping it a
I'm
buck
so
50,
fucking
bro.
right,"
Ain't
because you have
nothing
no idea
saving
what the
you.
fucking idea is.
Ain't
You don't
nothing
get any
saving
idea
you.
what happens in conflicts. You have no idea how fucking militias are starting, how any
Gotcha.
fucking thing happens when
And you don't know what
you don't
October
have
7th
any
is, bro.
idea. You
Listen,
didn't even every time you were
yep.
watching that video, you didn't look at a single
Let me.
fucking point of like death tolls of anything like that. You went at it at the worst
Did
angle. You
you
didn't look at
come in
anything.
when
You didn't
I
comment on
actually looked
anything in it.
up the article on the UN resolution and
Yeah,
actually figured
and
out they misrepresented it?
no, you didn't fucking do that. First of
Okay,
all,
so yeah,
you fucking
I don't
looked
know
at it
why
at
I
the
even just
you
said
looked
that.
at
I
it the
can't
worst
really
fucking.
trust your ability on that.
I can't
But I
trust you.
have
What
good
the
news
fuck?
for you,
You're a guy
friend.
with 100
I
fucking.
guarantee you,
You got
you're not going
100 fucking
to care
viewers.
about it. But I have good news for you, friend. You are unbanned, okay? Because you didn't use any slurs and you got inside a Discord. And when I'm saying slurs, I'm not talking about like
You
fucking
use
stuff.
slurs. What the fuck? You use
I'm not talking
slurs.
about
What
like
the fuck?
fucking shit like that. Listen, I love it when we went back and forth with that. I'm talking about like reduced
You
it
used
down
the
to
R
like,
slur. First of all, like sweaty. What the fuck?
nigga, you're retarded. So I don't care. You 100%
Oh,
deserve
bro,
that
you just
tag.
used 2 fucking slurs right there. What the
You're
fuck,
goddamn
bro?
right I
You're
did.
sweaty.
Okay,
You're
so
sweaty, bro.
you will be unbanned because you got inside a Discord and you didn't use like anything that could potentially get me demonetized or banned. So you will be unbanned
You're
from.
demonetizing yourself, bro.
Yeah, maybe. You will be unbanned from YouTube. I just got to figure out how to do it because YouTube is kind of stupid. And you can stay inside a chat. Congratulations.
Okay,
No
cool.
guarantees for me not dragging you back in if you say something stupid again. But yeah,
I'm gonna continue to say stupid shit because you're wrong.
I think you proved that, bro. I think you 100% proved that. All right, much love. Okay.